Hey folks, I'm back in Wonder and I have my flight form now, this little Griffon. So I figured I'd show you some more stuff now that I can fly between all the interesting things. So, double tap to get me up in the air. And this island I'm on is called Dryad Island. And there's a lot of temples around here, so I'm just gonna come down here and land, and I think change into my elf form because she's quite small, so I can show you around some stuff. Let's zoom in a little closer. So I found 4 forms now. You start as the tree. I've got the elf, the griffin for flying, and I have my I can never remember what it's called. Azatash for swimming. It's a big water lizard dragon thing. I'll show you that in a bit. There is a graphical glitch with it currently, but he still looks cool. You know, that singing you can hear, that happens when there's a rune nearby, a morph glyph. And it gets louder the closer you get to the glyph. So it must be up here somewhere. And it gets louder when you turn in the direction of the glyph so that you know which way to go. So let's go up all these steps. And some loud bird noise this morning. Ah, I found this one. I think you saw this one on the video actually. This is the first one I found. I just haven't seen this part of the temple. Up you go, dude. No, why is he not flying? Yeah. Yep, we found that one. Okay. Let's go up, 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 up. Let's fly over to this peak over here. Because there's a really, really, really awesome temple on this mountain right in front of me. Your characters all have stamina. It's currently not displayed on the screen. I don't know if they have plans to display it. The Griffon can only fly for so long before he starts gliding like that, and gliding recovers stamina and then you can fly again. Flying makes you move faster and you can fly upwards. When you're gliding you slowly descend. Like that. So let me fly over to... I actually found 2 interesting things. The other one I think is... Oh, you probably can't see it on the video. It's a tiny little windmill on top of the mountain. I'll show you that in a little bit. And first I must show you this thing. Fly, little dude. Yeah, I think there's a path below me that might lead the way up to this place. The developers are currently, this Dryad Island that I'm on now, Dryad Island is the community adopted name for the island. It's not the official name, but it's the name everybody's using for it. This is the spawn island now. I think characters start off, the spawn points are sort of scattered around the island, so when you join the game the first time you'll be here somewhere. Let me show you my dive. Dive! Thump. And this is the start of the path, I think. So yeah, the developers are currently putting in pathways that lead you to all the interesting places. Here we go. Let's go back to Elf Girl. Because she can sprint. So I covered in the last video you find morph glyphs to unlock the different creatures that you can morph into. So you start as the tree and then you can unlock the griffin, the elf and the azatash. There are multiple places you can find those rooms. Oh, a low stone.
I've been trapped in a slow-moving body for weeks. No one knows when the flowers will bloom again. And I would do anything to go back to my family and the roost. The music of the ants is beautiful, but nothing compares to the feeling of the wind across my wings.
I don't know if you heard that, that was a bit quiet for me. Just run through here. There's that floating island up there. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, there are several places where you can find each glyph, so there's not just one elf glyph, which is nice. And there's also shelters. I'll talk a bit about the current systems they have in the game. This is beta version 5, and some of them are currently turned off. There are storms. When storms happen, they will affect your character somehow, like drain health points or stamina or spice. I'll talk about spice in a sec. And during the storm you have to find shelter. In the first wander video I did, you saw I went into a little dome-shaped building, and my flower down in the bottom left corner had a white circle around it. That means I'm standing in a shelter. So when the storms come, you have to find shelter. Storms are currently turned off, but they will be turned back on again at some point. Spice, there are flowers scattered around. This is also currently turned off for testing. There are flowers scattered around that when you harvest them you get spice, and you'll eventually have to pay spice to morph into the different characters. So that's interesting, and there are going to be challenges that you'll have to complete with friends that'll involve turning into the different types of creatures and spending spice, but in such a way that one person won't be able to do it sort of fast enough, so you'll have to collaborate with friends. So this is some of the cool stuff I found. There's a little market thing here. Who put the fruit there? Why is it so fresh? There's some barrels and a basket and an urn. This is all just decoration. I don't know if maybe in future you'll be able to interact with them. So there's a lamp up there. And let's climb these steps. This is kind of spoilery. You might be able to hear the singing already. There's a glyph up here. So if you want to experience everything fresh for yourself, then I guess don't watch the rest of the video, because I'll be going all the way through this walk right up to the glyph. But it's a very nice walk. And if you don't mind seeing this for yourselves, or maybe you're interested in what things you can find in the game, then continue watching. And there's lots of stuff like this, so it's not the only thing that I'm spoiling that is going to be ruined for you if you watch this. So there's this little market area. Again, more fresh fruit. Why is it so fresh? And there's a little storage area in here with some bottles and crates and stuff. Oh. Can't strafe currently. Being able to strafe would be very nice. I think I could strafe on the tree form. I might have been imagining it though. Okay. Up these steps. This kind of reminded me of the jumping puzzles in Guild Wars 2, where you have to look for pathways. So there's another market stall. There's some tables and a little stool. Might be nice if the game gets busy and there's lots of people around interacting, if your character could sit on the stools and benches and stuff. For roleplay purposes. Or immersion, if not roleplay. So going across this perilous little bit here. I have to be careful with the elf, because she doesn't stop walking immediately after I take my finger off the key. There's a little delay. I don't know if that's my internet or if that's how the character works. Oops, not that way. Up this way. There. So we're climbing up. And come to this rickety wooden section now. Oops. There's little baskets and stuff on the way up, and a bench. I like the bird noises. And apparently the cutlery noises of a cat on the sink. There's another picnic table. Nice view. Carry on over this way. But I had heaps of fun discovering this thing yesterday and walking all the way up. It's my favourite part of the game so far. It's very cool. Higher and higher. That thing over there I went and looked at yesterday. It's a big red and white building that's hollow inside. And I've been on top of that floating island as well. Nothing there currently. I think they're planning some big cave temple type thing inside the island, which would be cool. So now over these rickety ladders without falling through the holes. Continue upwards. And there's some more temple bits up here now. So we're on a flat plateau at the top of the mountain. More ruins and some very pretty elven looking wooden buildings in front. So let's go check out this low stone.
At last we have perfected a technique to distill the flowers into a more portable version that does not lose any of their effects. It is partly thanks to the dexterity of elven hands that this spice is now readily available to us.
So I talked about the spice. So let's go up here. Very nice woodwork. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And through here. And here's where we end up. So this is where I got my Griffon form. There. Whee! And I went flying. So yeah, that's the kind of thing you can find in Wanda currently. There's loads of little temples scattered around, little points of interest, some really interesting things. Let's fly over here to this windmill and show you that too, because it was very cute. You can see a thing down there in the sea to my right. That's something else you can discover. And there's another temple. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, it's through the trees there. But we are going over here. Nice music. The controls are all very nice, characters are all pretty easy to move. Flying is intuitive. Crash landing, wee!
They say the flowers let one move with the swiftness of the wind. Soaring, they say the flowers let one move with the swiftness of the wind. Or soar in the air, or venture deep beneath the waves. I have yet to try it. It sounds both interesting and terrifying.
So this is what I found. Can't go inside. I can't go up these steps. Yeah, I could jump. But what I can do... Oops. Not like that. Have to be more careful about it. Let's try again. There. Zoom out. So there you go, that's the little windmill I found. Very pretty. I think that's all I'll show you now. I'll put the link to where you can buy the beta version of the game in the video description. You're buying the beta version, but it's sort of like Minecraft, you know, you get all future updates included in that price.
The flowers that move with the swiftness
So buy once, you get early access into the beta and
venture deep beneath the waves.
all following updates.
I've yet to try it. Sounds interesting.
I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you consider picking up the game. It's a very interesting concept. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye!